Hey guys, I decided to do another video, and this is focusing on the astonishing Ant-Man. When I was in Chicago this past year at C2E2, I had Bob Layton sign this book, and I was very happy with the outcome, being that it got a 9.8, and with him signing it and actually doing a sketch and still coming back a 9.8. I was pretty pleased with that. I'm excited about the movie, and I thought I'd just do a video on these Ant-Man purchases that I made at C2E2. After purchasing this book at Motor City for $20 and getting it graded and signed by Bob Layton, before getting this book signed, I really wanted to get a sketch from him, and he did an amazing sketch for me, and after the sketch, he just signed and sketched this book for free. He didn't charge me for this signing, since I paid for a sketch. And let me show you the sketch. It's right off this cover. Let me pull this aside, and this is like my pride and joy right now in my collection. What he did was just amazing. I mean, this is a beautiful sketch by the great Bob Layton, and it's almost right off the book. Here, let me pull this aside, and then let me put it next to the book. It looks really cool next to the book. It's just a nice little set. And there it is with the book. There's the cover, and there's the sketch. He actually penciled this, and he inked this, and I was blown away by this. And I was just gonna keep it like I was just gonna keep it loose and just frame it. And my buddy was telling me, he's like, you know, for what you paid for this, he goes, why don't you get it CGC'd? And I was like, I don't really care, because I don't plan on selling it. And he goes, well, God forbid something happened, but if it did, at least you know that with it being CGC, that it's going to be, you know, it's a little more valuable. So I agreed with him. And what's cool about CGC is when they grade these sketches, they put this little information on here. If you can see, let me see if it focuses, and there it goes. Sketch Bob Layton, Ant-Man 2014, signed and sketched by Bob Layton, Entertainment, Comics. And then right over here to the right, it even shows his, let's see if I can get to focus. Bob Layton, born 1953, artist, writer, editor. He worked for Marvel, DC, and Valiant. So I thought that was pretty cool. But this sketch is just beautiful. I mean, it's right off. It's right off the book, man. I mean, it's cool. So I'm very proud of these two pieces that I got, and I thought I'd share these. You know, and this book turned out just gorgeous. So yeah, I'm very happy to have these two items. They you know, with the Ant-Man movie coming out, they're just cool. And this sketch, I mean, it's just amazing. You know, I was blown away by this. He told me what he wanted me to have done, and I said, well, I actually asked for Ultron, and he told me he never drew Ultron. And I'm like, well, I go, you know, do me a Scott Lang Ant-Man. And he goes, well, I'll do a badass Scott Lang Ant-Man. I'm like, yeah, make sure it's badass. And he's like, okay. And I come back the next day, and he gives me this, and I was just like, whoa. Like, I was just blown away, man. And I love his signature too. I mean, look at that signature, man. So I can get to focus here. Come on, focus. I'm using my cell phone, so it's not the best. Let's see if I can get it to go now. There it goes. There it goes. And Bob Layton was such a nice guy. He's kind of he's a bit sarcastic, but in a funny way. And once you get to know him, that's just how he is. And he's a pretty cool guy. He's got a good sense of humor, and he's just a cool guy. And he agreed with me on one thing. I asked him about Iron Man 3. I'm like, did you really like Iron Man 3? He said, no, it sucked. And I shook his hand. And I totally agreed with him. I hated Iron Man 3. I just didn't like it. But this book, I mean, I didn't even think this book was a 9.8. And it just turned out beautiful. But yeah, so that was it. I just wanted to share with you guys this this sketch. It's just, I know you guys appreciate stuff like this, and I think when I go to C2E2 this year, my main focus is going to be on Stan Lee. I'm going to try to get a Stan Lee autograph. I don't own a Stan Lee autograph, but getting this last year from Bob Layton just made the trip well worth it. So yeah, if you guys decide to do sketches and artwork, I highly recommend going through CGC. And the turnaround time for these sketches are just a couple weeks, because all they're really doing is they don't grade these. They just they're just sealing them up for you. They're verifying the authenticity, and they just seal them up. So there's no grading involved. It's just straight up verify, seal, and that's it. And they customize you a label, you know, with all the information on it. So yeah, I thought I'd share that with you guys. In these are pretty. The plastic they use, it's actually very thick. It's quality. It's quality. I don't think it's UV. That's what I was talking to CGC about. Is they should start using the UV plastic. I wish they would. They said it's more expensive, but I think it'd be worth it. I'd pay more for UV protection. But yeah, so that's it, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. Bye.